Acts
Acts
chapter 27,
chapter 27,
11 to
11 to
chapter 27,
chapter 27,
21.
21.
But the centurion
But the centurion
paid more attention
paid more attention
to the pilot
to the pilot
and to the owner of the ship
and to the owner of the ship
than to
than to
what Paul said.
what Paul said.
And because
And because
the harbor was not
the harbor was not
suitable to spend
suitable to spend
the winter in,
the winter in,
the majority decided to put out to sea
to sea
from there on the chance that somehow they could reach Phoenix, a harbor of Crete,
a harbor of Crete
facing both
southwest
and northwest,
and northwest,
and spend the winter there.
and spent the winter there.
Now,
Now,
when the south wind blew gently,
wind blows gently,
supposing that
supposing that
they had obtained their purpose,
they had obtained their purpose,
they weighed anchor
they weighed anchor
and sailed along Crete,
and sailed along Crete,
close to the shore.
close to the shore.
But soon
A
a tempestuous wind
wind
called the northeaster
northeaster
struck down from the land, and when the ship was caught and could not face the wind, we gave way to it and were driven along, running under the lee of a small island called Cauda. We managed with difficulty to secure the ship's boat. After hoisting it up, they used supports to undergird the ship. Then fearing that they would run aground on the Syrtis, they lowered the gear, and thus they were driven along. Since we were violently storm-tossed, they began the next day to jettison the cargo. And on the third day, they threw the ship's tackle overboard with their own hands. When neither sun nor stars appeared for many days, and no small tempest lay on us. All hope of our being saved was at last abandoned, since they had been without food for a long time. Paul stood up among them and said, Men, you should have listened to me and not have set sail from Crete and incurred this injury and loss.